Hello. Today I am Ali Schmitz-Contreras. I am a student midwife at the Midwives College of Utah, and we're going to be talking about the adjustment period during postpartum. And this refers to the time of physical and emotional and psychological changes that the birthing person experiences after the birth. So we're going to talk about the mental health transition, and this will focus on postpartum mood disorders and strategies that I have and people have looked up and used for coping during this time. So I've got my baby in my pelvis, and then I've also got some colors and also some sheets of paper. And so if you want to do the same, if you don't have a baby doll around, then you can just use the sheets of paper, whatever is going to work best for you. I'm going to jump right into understanding postpartum and emotional changes. There are, as we know, normal emotional adjustments after birth, including the baby blues. You get mood swings, your hormones, especially your progesterone, will drop after you have the baby because it's no longer needed to sustain the pregnancy. So there'll be an immediate drop in progesterone, and you'll have some emotional exhaustion, sleep deprivation, and of course the big lifestyle changes, even if you've had multiple babies, that come with having a baby. So going into postpartum mood disorders that we know of and that we really talk about in this time are postpartum depression, where signs of it are persistent sadness, guilt, and lack of bonding. Postpartum anxiety, which can present as excessive worry or panic attacks. It can also still have sadness with it, even if you have postpartum anxiety. And then the most severe one that we really like to talk about and really focusing on signs of this is postpartum psychosis. It's rare, but it is quite severe, and it comes with hallucinations and paranoia, and it does require an in-hospital stay and medication. So here you have the differences between the two. You have the baby blues versus PPD. With the baby blues, you've got some mood swings. You might have good days, you might have some tired days, but you're usually still interested in your baby and your family. So you might have some sad days, and then you might have some happy days. With postpartum depression, the sadness does not go away. You may have some intrusive thoughts, feelings of being unable to bond with your baby. You might have feelings of failure, or even feelings of not being able to stay on top of things. So we're going to go over how to cope with some of those things. We recommend self-care practices, and that can even be, 20 minutes a week. You get to take a walk by yourself, implementing a routine as far as sleep, nutrition, yoga. You don't even have to do yoga. A walk is always really recommended, especially if you've had a C-section or a really hard vaginal birth. We offer or recommend therapy especially with PPD, cognitive behavioral therapy, is very effective, as well as in combination with small SSRI medication, depression medication. There are postpartum support groups. Specifically here in San Antonio, we have two postpartum support groups that meet every other Thursday. And they usually have a lot of great resources. Also, you get to hang out with moms who are very recently postpartum. There is a lot of stigma that comes with postpartum mental health, but I think the more we talk about it, the more we can normalize it, and it can really get clients to a good place in talking about it and understanding that everybody has challenges. Even if they love their baby and they're great moms, we can all use help. I'm gonna have pamphlets in my links to the Postpartum Support Group International. That's a website. And then, I really want to encourage open discussions about postpartum mental health, even if that means sharing my own story. I did have postpartum anxiety and postpartum OCD with both of my children, and I know that the more that we talk about it, the more we can normalize these things, and the more we can learn to just make it a part of having babies. A lot happens with our hormones after we have babies, and a lot happens to our bodies, and it's normal. And the stuff that's not normal, we need to talk about and not push away, because the more we face it, the more we can understand it, and the more that we can heal. And that's why, as midwives, we're here. So, I do hope that the resources that I provide in the pamphlet will be helpful to you, and if there are any questions, please let me know.